he laid it all. There was nothing anymore he could lay down. He gave up everything. He gave up his power. He gave up his divinity. He gave up his honor, his kingship, his majesty. How can a king be stripped down to that low level? How can a king be humiliated like that? How can the Son of God be able to go through whatever he was going through? No man can wish to go through that. Even death on the cross, like he was a thief. The Lord has a question for you. What are you willing to lay down for him? He has laid it down for you. He laid down his life. He laid down everything just for you. What are you willing to lay down for him? He paid a price for me. Something has to be laid on the cross. We are children of God. There should be something that has to die on the cross. There may be habits in us that needs to die this morning on the cross of Calvary. It needs to be nailed on the cross of Calvary. There may be addictions that are contrary to the purpose of God in your life that needs to be nailed on the cross. The children, maybe disobedience needs to be nailed on the cross. That you will become more obedient to your teachers, to your elders, and to your parents. Something has to be nailed on the cross. It might be a spirit of fear, fear of the unknown. We live in a society where evil, immorality has become the order of the day. And for people who are growing up children, there's a fear. What are my children going to grow up and become? Are they going to be corrupted by the society? Are they going to be influenced negatively by the society? A fear of the unknown. But this morning we have to lay and nail that fear on the cross of Calvary. You got to nail that fear on the cross of Calvary. You got to lay that ego on the cross of Calvary. Maybe you feel that this is all about me. I can achieve anything through my own wit, through my own wisdom, my own integrity. But God is saying, no, that source can get dry. That body can get weak. That body can become sick. You need to depend on me. They looked unto him. Their faces were lighted. They weren't looking anyway. They weren't looking at their economy. They weren't looking at their bank account. They were looking unto Jesus. And their faces were lighted. If you try to look at the stock market, if you try to look at the economy, if you try to look how much you have saved, like the rich man in the Bible, he got so much harvest. And he said, one more. I just need to chill, relax, and enjoy my life. And God says, come on, what if tonight I make a demand for your life? Because he wasn't putting God in the equation. So if you're putting God, God is saying, you got to nail whatever that is primary, that is not of him, on the cross. You got to make it primary. And any other thing has to be secondary. For you need to seek the face of God and his righteousness. And every other thing shall be added unto you. What are you willing to lay down? You should be willing this morning to say, God, you did it for me. I'm going to lay it down. It may be a spirit of anger and resentment. God is saying, you got to lay it down on the cross. Some people, it's unforgiveness. There are people that you have in your mind. You tell yourself that, oh, I don't think even on my dying bed, I'm going to forgive them. You are so pained because they betrayed you. You are so pained like the death with you. The way Judas Iscariot death with Jesus. The way the soldiers humiliated him. But he was still able to offer a prayer unto God for them. That forgive them, Father. For they don't know what they have done to me. There may be people that have offended you, put in a situation that you don't want to talk to them anymore. That you say, over my dead body, I'm not going to have any dealings with them. But God is saying this morning, are you willing to nail that unforgiveness on the cross of Calvary? This morning should be something you should ponder on, something you should reflect on, because Christ did for you. What are you willing to do for him? What are you willing to sacrifice for him? What are you willing to give up for him? For all the sacrifice and everything that he has done for you and for me.